We are going to see that Mill, as a liberal feminist, what he has talked about women on his book essay by him and his wife, Subjection of Women. What is the meaning of the subjection of woman? Subjection means subordination or oppression, means how he has told that how women are oppressed during his time. So what was his view on subjection of women? Defining people, no, means subjection. What is the meaning of the subjection, subordination and operation? Defining people by their virtue of their membership in a group and limiting of their life of options on the basis of group identity, most often stereotypical and inaccurate. Means that subjection means that you are suppressing someone, oppressing someone, not only one single person but a group of people. Here, a group of the woman class, the whole woman class is being subjected. What is the man's view on this woman's subjection? He told that how woman subjection has start, इसकी शुरुआत कैसे हुई थी वुमेन्स को ऑप्रेस करने की. Somehow we can say that by their physical superiority of men. Since men were physically superior, so like this only the oppression, the suppression, the subjection of women started, and it became a tradition, custom, and universally accepted. इसका कोई भी लॉजिकल और रैशनल बेसिस कुछ भी नहीं है इस ऑपरेशन का, बट बस ये चलता आया है तो चलता जाता है. Subjection was mainstreamed and maintained through manufacturing consent of women by education, training and socialization. Women's को ऐसा ही बनाया जाता है बचपन से बच्चे को अपने, ऐसा ही लड़की को ट्रीट किया जाता है that you are the suppressed one, you are the one that will be always be dominated. ऐसा ही एजुकेशन ट्रेनिंग और सोशलाइजेशन होता है वुमेन्स का. Marriage is the chief institution of subjection, and during that time, the what was the law also didn't supported the women. They did not have any right to property, inheritance, legal personhood or custody of children. So this is how the women were suppressed during that time. There was vicious power relationship. The men were always the one having the more power. The women were legalized bonded. Their situation was even worse than the slaves assigned unvalued domestic course. They have to do domestic course by that they have to do why, because they are the one suppressed one. They have to do it naturally. It is to be done by them only, not naturally. The society has made this convention. Society ने इसको natural बना दिया है. It was not natural that they have to do work and their work will not be valued also. In today also even today we can see few of these examples. Now the women have no identity, social standing, economic security outside marriage. They were prepared for participation in such unequal partnership that caused the woman to develop artificial, constant, and submissive personalities. Since women were always dominated and they were suppressed, so their natural personality जो सच में है एक वुमेन, वो तो कभी दिखता ही नहीं था, क्योंकि उनको कैसे बिहेव करना है अकॉर्डिंग टू द सोसाइटी, अकॉर्डिंग टू द कन्वेंशन मेड बाय द अदर पीपल. उनकी खुद की लाइफ तो है ही नहीं, उनको हमेशा सप्रेस्ड होके ही जीना है. दे डिड नॉट इवन हैव voting right, unequal opportunities for education and employment. They did not have any legal right in socio-economic public life, no liberty to think freely, self-development, and freedom of choice. So this was the worst situation of the women. Now his argument against the subjection. He is telling that morally तो ये गलत है ही, सप्रेशन गलत है, और इसका कोई भी रीज़न नहीं है, कोई भी तुम इसका तर्क नहीं दे सकते हो कि ये क्यों सही है. It is not even rational. No differences in nature, moral goodness, qualities, and capabilities of men and women. Excellence is gender neutral. मॉरली नेचुरली तो कोई भी डिफरेंशिएशन नहीं किया गया था ना. नेचर सोसाइटी ने खुद ही डिफरेंशिएट कर दिया है एंड इम्पोर्टेंस इज गिवन टू men. General attributes are socially created, hence artificial. This is an artificial world, you can say altogether. Artificially, the situation is created and women are suppressed. Now, utility laws against the efficient working of liberal society, since the brain power and talent of half of human race is underutilized, use utility laws to society. जैसे अगर हम लोग बात करें मैन एंड वुमेन की, और वुमेन को हमेशा सप्रेस्ड किया जाता है, डोमिनेट किया जाता है, उनके पास खुद का कुछ लीगल राइट नहीं है, दे डू नॉट हैव द राइट टू वोट नहीं है, उनको कोई प्रॉपर्टी नहीं मिल सकता, उनको बच्चे का कस्टडी तक नहीं मिल सकता, उनको खुद का फ्रीडम नहीं है कोई भी चॉइस का, उनको वर्क करना है अकॉर्डिंग टू द सोसाइटी, उनको वैसे ही ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता है, वैसे ही एजुकेशन दिया जाता है। तो अगर हाफ ऑफ द सोसाइटी जो है वुमेन, उनको अगर खुल के जीने का मौका ही नहीं मिलता, उनका अगर खुद का रियल पर्सनालिटी दिखता ही नहीं है, तो देयर विल बी ह्यूज लॉस टू द सोसाइटी, बिकॉज अगर इक्वली दोनों जेंडर अगर फ्लरिश नहीं हो रहे हैं, देन देयर विल बी ऑफ कोर्स दिस विल ऑफ कोर्स लीड टू लॉस, एंड दैट आल्सो ग्रेट लॉस. It corrupted society's moral fiber, harmed men in many ways. This also harmed men also, because because इसकी वजह से अनइक्वल प्रोलिशमेंट होगा, इक्वल पार्टनरशिप नहीं होगा. सो वुमेन्स वुमेन्स सप्रेशन, subjection and oppression hindered the moral, social and intellectual development of the society. सोसाइटी के डेवलपमेंट में भी इसका प्रभाव पड़ता है वुमेन्स का सप्रेस्ड होने का. नाउ व्हाट वर द हिज सजेशंस टू एंड सब्जेक्शन. सप्रेस होने का उनका सजेशन क्या था? देयर शुड बी इक्वालिटी बिटवीन मैन एंड वुमेन एंड नो पावर और प्रिविलेज ऑन ओनली वन साइड. मैरिज जो होगा, मैरिज होना चाहिए स्पाउशल फ्रेंडशिप, देयर शुड बी फ्रेंडशिप वाला बॉन्ड, नॉट अ डोमिनेटिंग बॉन्ड. इक्वल पार्टनरशिप होना चाहिए, लीगल राइट मिलना चाहिए प्रॉपर्टी के लिए, इनहेरिटेंस के लिए और कस्टडी ऑफ चिल्ड्रन के लिए. उनके पास खुद एक चॉइस होना चाहिए कि उनको घर के काम में हाथ बटाना है या उनको खुद का करियर बनाना है. उनके पास वोटिंग राइट होना चाहिए, इक्वल एंड फेयर अपॉर्चुनिटीज होना चाहिए. उस टाइम पे लगभग 1850s के टाइम पे यू कैन सी दैट he the women did not have any voting right, and he was the one that he talked about the voting right. If we see that वोटिंग वुमेन्स को बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देने वाले, यू कैन से वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट थिंकर इज जेस मिल ओनली. टोटल लिबर्टी फॉर इंटेलेक्चुअल फ्लरिशमेंट, लिबर्टी खुद का लिबर्टी होना चाहिए वुमेन्स के पास भी. सब्जेक्शन ऑफ वुमेन टू बी एंडेड नॉट ओनली बाय लॉ, बस लॉ नहीं बनना चाहिए कि सप्रेशन नहीं होगा, ऑल्सो बाय दे शुड बी गेट द प्रॉपर अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन, ट्रेनिंग एंड चेंजेस their life, so that they do not have to live a artificial life. Now, pluses of his liberal feminism. It was certainly one of the earliest and powerful visible manifesto of liberal feminism. He was the, you can say, first one to give so much importance and value to feminism. The subjection was radical, indeed scandalous document. He was mostly against the subjection. स्कैंडलस भी बोला गया उनको, और वो चाहते थे परफेक्ट इक्वालिटी बिटवीन मैन एंड वुमेन. His advocacy of perfect equality and spousal friendship and marriage as equal partnership, not a contract. Marriage is not any contract, or not, it does not give, it should not give the power to the men to suppress the women. There should be perfect equality. सो ड्यूरिंग फ्रॉम प्लेटो के टाइम से अगर देखें, प्लेटो ने भी वुमेन्स को उतना कुछ इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दिया है. एरिस्टोटल ने भी वुमेन्स को क्या बोला है? हाफ मैन, दे आर नॉट totally developed, they are half men. So you can say that Mill was the first thinker that who has given moral goodness and excellence are same in women and in men also. Moral goodness and excellence दोनों equally होना चाहिए, men के पास भी और women के पास भी. In the art convention, he dared to challenge the prevailing wisdom. upheld by western political philosopher from Aristotle to Rousseau. इनका जो भी thinking था सारे thinkers से अलग था, that the moral equality required in women are different from that required in men. Not only in his thought but also in his action we can see that how much importance he has given to the women's right, women's development. Mill, as a member of parliament, he has presented a petition to the House of Commons that also in favor of women's suffrage, women's voting right, and that was nearly signed by 1500 women. He advocated changing the wordings in Disraeli's Reforms Bill, in which it was written the man word was used. So he was the one who told that the in place of man the person's word should be used. And at his death in 1873 he has given left, उन्होंने अपना आधा जो प्रॉपर्टी था उन्होंने बोला है कि आधा मेरा प्रॉपर्टी यूज होना चाहिए फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ women, for the women's, mainly for women education. Now there was a very much criticism also about Mill's liberal feminism. The feminists such as Susan Okin and Jean Bethley said that man has used his utilitarian theory, utility के आधार पे मैन ने वुमेन्स के बारे में बोला है कि वुमेन्स को कैसे ट्रीट किया जाना चाहिए, कि मेंस, उन्होंने बोला है कि वुमेन्स शुड गेट लिबर्टी टू कॉम्पीट विद द मेन। उन्होंने ऐसा नहीं बोला है कि वुमेन को खुद मौका मिलना चाहिए खुद की तरह जीने के लिए, वो कैसे जीना चाहते हैं, but they should compete with men. His acceptance of traditional role of men, उन्होंने ये भी बोला है कि जैसे वुमेन हैव चॉइस ऑफ वेज अर्निंग, उनके पास चॉइस तो है वेज अर्निंग का, बट मेनली उनका काम क्या है, उनका काम घर पे घर के काम करना ही उनका मेन काम है। सो दिस इज क्रिटिसाइज्ड बाय वुमेन दैट हाउ कैन बी दिस right, that working of the woman in house is only its main role, primary role of a woman is to work in the house. That is very bad and it is criticized by the feminist thinkers. Hence working women take double responsibility may overload them. उन्होंने बोला है कि अगर घर का काम के साथ बाहर का भी काम करेंगे तो वो उनके लिए ही बर्डन हो जाएगा, वुमेन के लिए। सो virtually he is also accepting the situation of women and supporting also and accepting that situation also. So he was accused of the taking convention as natural, the things that is made by the society. Somehow he has also told that it's natural, because if you are telling that they should work, they do the work of house, and again you are telling that they should get liberty also of their own choice, then you are contradicting, the मिल ने खुद ही को contradict कर दिया। Thus, as Susan Hawking said, that his refusal to question the traditional family and its demand on women set limits to his liberal feminism. That उन्होंने कुछ भी ट्रेडिशनल फैमिली के थिंकिंग के जैसे वुमेन को ट्रीट किया जाता है, दैट वुमेन को घर का काम वगैरह करना है, उसके बारे में कुछ बोला ही नहीं है। सो दैट्स व्हाई ही इज क्रिटिसाइज। मैरी लैंडन सैनले एंड कैरोल पेटमैन अपने बुक में feminist interpretation and political theory felt that accepting conventional role of women in family contradicted his advocacy of स्पाउशल फ्रेंडशिप। उन्होंने बोला मैरिज का कैसा रिलेशन होना चाहिए, फ्रेंडशिप का, इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी इक्वलिटी होना चाहिए एंड स्पाउशल फ्रेंडशिप होना चाहिए, बट सम हाउ ही हैज ऑल्सो एक्सेप्टेड द कन्वेंशन रोल ऑफ वुमेन, देन दैट जो सोसाइटी के द्वारा जो रोल बनाया गया है वुमेन का वो भी एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है। सो सम हाउ ही इज अगेन कॉन्ट्राडिक्टेड himself only. Susan Okin questioned his empirist methodology, which doesn't allow him to defend the potential of women capabilities. His empiristic methodology क्या था, that ही जो भी दिखता था उस बस वही वो एक्सेप्ट करते थे, और दिखता वो था जैसे जो वुमेन को बनाया गया है, हमेशा से वुमेन को जैसे ट्रीट किया गया वैसा ही दिखता था, उसके बेसिस पे यू कैन नॉट जज अ वुमेन, वुमेन्स कैपेबिलिटी को उसके बेसिस पे जज नहीं किया जा सकता है। दैट्स व्हाई ही इज अगेन क्रिटिसाइज्ड बाय सुजैन हॉकिंग फॉर हिज दिस methodology. She also point out his utilitarian approach in women in viewing equality and liberty of women. मिल ने अपने यूटिलिटेरियन थ्योरी के अकॉर्डिंग ही वुमेन्स को इम्पोर्टेंस देने का बात किया है। दैट यूटिलिटी क्या है? डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ऑल, सबको अपना हैप्पीनेस मिलना चाहिए, इक्वल लेवल पे हैप्पीनेस मिलना चाहिए। उससे रिलेट करके उन्होंने वुमेन्स के इक्वालिटी के बारे में बात किया। But it is not right. They should be given the privilege to for their own all all over development in any of the way they wanted. Not only competing with the men, but making their own world of their own views and liberty. He could not maintain the empirical utility of freeing women and letting them define the terms of both their own needs and needs of the society. Instead, males seem to change their role according to specification of his own choosing for the benefit of society in men's term. So he has told that development of women to hoga, but in the terms of the men. Not only all over development to hoga nahi. Development bhi hoga to in the men's term only. Thus, Mill's liberal feminism views equality for women in terms of male defined model. Women can and should achieve all the public benefit and privileges of men's world at men's terms and condition only. Not their own not their own privilege, but the privilege based on the men's terms. His thought, though radical for his time, couldn't transcend the societal convention of woman as homemaker and wife, woman and mother and wife. उनका जो भी थॉट था, बट उनके थॉट में उन्होंने कुछ भी ऐसा चेंज नहीं किया कन्वेंशन को लेके, जो सोसाइटी का खुद का बनाया जो हुआ जो कन्वेंशन था मैन वुमेन के लिए, दैट दे आर शुड बी होम वर्कर मेकर, दे शुड वर्क एट होम, उसके अगेंस्ट में उन्होंने कुछ भी नहीं बोला। सो men's feminism was certainly inadequate as as a vehicle for liberating women. Class biasness was also seen, that he has talked about the middle and upper class women only and not talked about the lower class, and certainly not of for the women of undeveloped civilization. These are the few books written by him. You can pause the video and look after this. So that's all for today's class. Thank you so much.